Hey everyone, it's Mr. Lambert with some directions for you. So these are directions for your assignment. This will be your assessment for Unit 2.3. It's going to be a project called Don't Bug Me. So I'll just read along here, and if you'll follow along, you should be able to get a good start on your project today. So it says this project is intended to assess your knowledge of how biotic and abiotic factors limit populations. As you work, you'll need to use what you've learned in this unit so far, as well as research current pest control technology and brainstorm other options. We're actually going to be reading about bugs below, and you're going to use what you know about how biotic and abiotic factors can limit bug populations. Specifically, the abiotic factor we're going to talk about here is pest control. This is something that's not alive. It's not something that's usually part of the ecosystem, but it has been added. So we're going to talk about how those technologies can limit the populations of these bugs. In order to complete this project, you're going to need to read the interactive map below, which shows where insect and human populations collide around the world. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to read through this lovely map. You're going to check out and read about these different types of insect pests. So we have the Colorado potato beetle, the boll weevil, which is down south where we used to grow cotton, the South American killer bee from Africa, fleas from Western Europe. Didn't know that they are not native to this area. They came over. Southeast Asia, we have the lovely mosquito. Of course, there are mosquitoes everywhere, but some pretty horrible ones here in the Asia Pacific region, locusts in Australia, and last but not least, the tsetse fly in Central Africa, which causes some major issues. So if you look here, it says activity, surveying the damage. Insects can do damage on a small scale. Caterpillars eat leaves, silverfish feed on books, and moths eat wool. Look around your house, yard for signs of insect damage. Can you figure out what type of insect is causing it? All right, so for our project. It says now that you have read through each section of the map, you're going to need to choose one of the following insects to learn more about. Once you have chosen that insect, you're going to research using the information from the map and your own research, which you're going to do on the internet or in books, to answer the questions on the slides linked below. Remember, all of your questions, every one of them should be answered using RACES form. That means that you are going to need to restate the question, begin your answer. You're going to answer all of your questions completely. Your sources are to be cited, which means you need to quote from books, magazines, websites, or the map above, and you need to give the source that you use credit. So say, I, in blah, 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 I saw, or on this website, it said that. All statements need to be explained. And then you're going to sum up your argument to close out each paragraph. This should be a 5-sentence paragraph for each one of these slides. Please contact Miss Singleton or I with any questions on that, because we should be getting to the point. One of our main goals for you guys is to become proficient writers, and to do that, you're going to need to be able to use that RACES form with everything you write. So here are the insects you need to choose from. They're the same ones from up above. And then here is your PowerPoint. So I'm going to pull this up, and here's what you're going to be working on. If it will actually load for me. All right, so project 2.3, Don't Bug Me. So first thing you're going to do is, before you do anything else, you're going to delete that and put your name right there where it says student name here. Probably be able to move on to the second. There we go, second slide. So my insect, the one that you choose, I want the common name here, and like you did for your last project, I would like the scientific name right below it. You can actually leave that there if you'd like to, and then type the name after it. I'd like a small little picture of your insect there, and then I want you to describe for me the habitat of this insect. So where around the world does it live? You can find that from your map. And what are the physical features of that typical habitat? What types of plants, animals live there, and what is the topography like? What is the water like? What is the climate like? Just like you learned on your last project. So that should be a 5-sentence paragraph right down here. Next but not least, here we go. What makes an insect pest? So 5-sentence what makes this insect a pest. Sorry, 5 sentence paragraph on why your insect is a pest. So first of all, I would probably start your paragraph with a sentence about what a pest is. I would need 3 reasons why your insect would be considered a pest because of those, and then something to sum it up. For slide number 2, it says pesticides can be very effective, but often have harmful repercussions on the environment. What are non-pesticide options for limiting this insect's population? You may use current technology or actions or come up with your own valid idea. So the hint here is to research the insect's place in its ecosystem, including the biotic and abiotic factors that affect it. If you can disrupt the biotic or abiotic factors that it needs to survive, you could bring down the population of this insect, like we learned in the unit. By taking away a food source or by taking away somewhere where that insect lives or lays eggs, you can effectively destroy that or bring down the population of that insect. Your next slide is just going to be continued writing space because you need a 5-paragraph essay, so that'll probably take you a little more space than the little amount that's there. Slide number 3. What are the possible effects on the environment if the options you listed are utilized? So what would happen to the environment? So we know that it's going to bring your population down, but what happens to the rest of the populations and the community in that environment? And what happens to the environment itself? You need a good 5-sentence paragraph there. Question number 4, which method of population control do you believe will be the most effective and environmentally friendly? And then explain your choice. Again, I need a 5-sentence paragraph there, and that's the end. That'll be the last part of your questions. This guy is going to be worth 40 points if you had figured it out from the points at the tops of the pages. So 40 points total will be your total score. When you are done, you need to do the following things. You will go back here when you have finished typing and you are happy with how your slides look. You're going to come back to here, and you at the top of your assignment, you are going to have a submit button. You're going to click that green submit button. If you're not sure about that, you don't trust it, and you want to send me a copy, back over here, if we click on our thing, you can actually hit the share button, and you can you can share your Google file with me or your teacher. And that should be it. Now you have a few days to work on this project. Don't get behind. Make sure you're working on it from the get-go. You are going to need to do a little bit of research to figure out what kinds of changes you can make to these insects' habitats in order to change their population. It's going to take you a little time to look that up and think that through. All right, that's all I've got for you for the next for today. This will be your project for today, so don't get behind. If you have any questions, please make sure you're asking your teacher. We are here to help. All right, guys and gals, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.